let us get started. Are there any specific stages you want to start on? Right now I have it set to random in the legal stage list at most tournaments, so FD, Battlefield, Smashville Town, Kalos, both Yoshis, Lilat.
Not right now. We can start off with just random stages for now, then, and
okay.
Then we'll after a while, I'll be more and more specific about my counter picks, I guess. But as right now, we can just go to any stage.
Okay, sounds good to me. Well, on the bright side, I'm definitely noticing some stuff right off the bat that I can try and detail for you after this game.
That's good, yeah. I've want to compare like what I think my weaknesses are compared to what you see as well.
For sure, for sure.
Oof.
Alright, I'll let you tell me what you think. And I know it was only one game, so we'll definitely see more as the session goes on. But right off the bat, let me know what you think your biggest flaws are.
I think that when I got my back to the corner, I had a hard time getting out of it.
yeah, I can definitely agree with that. The overall, I feel like your playstyle is a bit it felt kind of more slower paced, and it was taking you time to, I don't know, maybe you like had to really like pay attention to what was happening, and you had to take the extra time to like analyze it and evaluate what's happening. But there's a lot of like you standing there and just not doing much. And I don't want it to make it sound like you always have to be pressing a button or attacking. And this is something I see a lot when I coach other Olimars as well. It's just a general player habit, like the lower level, like, you know, when you don't necessarily recognize it. When you're standing there like that, it's essentially letting me like fine-tune my approach, because you're not making it any more difficult, right? It's not like you're, you know, jumping back and forth between the platform. It's not like you're empty hopping with like a safe aerial or like short hopping with a safe aerial. You're kind of just like, I'm planted right here, and I'm zooming around, moving pretty fast, throwing out a lot of attacks. So while you're trying to keep up with that, I'm like, oh, caught you attacking. So that's something that I think is, you know, prevalent, especially when you're at the ledge, and that's something where a place where a lot of people kind of they get really defensive. They almost lock up because they're like, oh no, my back's to the wall, I don't have anywhere to go. And then they kind of burn extra like mental resources to start like frantically thinking about what they need to do. So in these upcoming games, I want you to try and work on not so much standing around and like doing nothing, but if you need to take time to evaluate what's happening, maybe let yourself incorporate some extra movement, just like even if it's like a form of empty movement, just to make sure I'm not like being able to just run in on you for free. I'm having to respect something. Maybe throw out like a safe like spaced back air or something, just to be like, hey, respect this button, you know, things like that, and it's going to be a lot harder for me to pin you down.
Gotcha. Okay, sure. I'll try to focus on that then. Thank you. Oof.
So with that specifically, you have to watch out. When Olimar's right on top of you, and I down smash, I can hit your shield with both Pikmin. So for double shield damage. So I ran up and I charged the red and the purple, which are strong, and then you're going to take extra shield damage for that. It's going to break your shield instantly. So that's just something to keep in mind for Olimar.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
It's a really hard habit to break, I know.
I'll try to keep in mind.
So, overall, that was much better. Aside, you know, and you might have done even better had I not just broke your shield twice. But you see what I was talking about, though? How you were using more attacks. You were not like waiting for me to get in. You were like, "Oh, you're near me. I'm gonna hit you if you're hesitating on my end, right?" And that was paying off a lot more. You'd get your hits, then you'd start juggling, you'd start edge guarding, you'd get a lot more damage.
Yeah, I definitely felt a lot less pressure at that time.
And that, yeah, because you're kind of. It's not even always about going aggro itself. It's kind of like just making sure you're using your tools to stop me from dictating the pace of the match, and then it becomes a lot more of a back and forth struggle for us. Because if I can't just blindly run in, and then I've got to start, you know, maybe calculating my approach more. I've got to burn more time. I've got to delay some of my mix-ups, things like that. And then I got to play a bit more careful. So that general thing, just like being ready to, you know, like hit the opponent if they get too close to that threatening range, is really good. Obviously, you know, as you get higher up in, you know, gameplay levels and things like that, you're gonna have to mix it up because they'll bait stuff out like that. But that's the general mindset you're using when you're going into it.
Got it. Okay, sure. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Oh,
Oh, there we go. Oh, dang.
ah.
Nice.
Oof.
So,
Big that's what I thought it would be.
yeah, sometimes it's also better off, you know, to maybe just burn your up B. Like, if I'm approaching like that at the, maybe like a higher height, not necessarily when you're super above the ledge, but kind of how you were level there, and just like using it to either try and brute force your way through me, or, you know, use stability frames and things like that. Because,
Okay.
I believe coins up B, let me double check. Yeah, it's invulnerable on frames 7 through 17, so kind of using that just to be like, hey, get off me, and then you're just going to go that, you know, the distance straight to the ledge, as opposed to going low, maybe delaying yourself and letting me get closer.
Got it. I typically haven't done that too when I don't have a jump anymore, but I'll keep that in mind for.
Yeah, because
it's really getting
or
stuck, I guess.
even if you do have a jump like that, and you don't necessarily want to beat, especially if you have that jump, you can kind of just be like, all right, well, I'll burn my jump a bit higher, or maybe I'll drift outwards. You know, it's important to take into account the different attributes of your opponent. So you're fighting Olimar in this case, and Olimar's airspeed is very slow. He doesn't travel fast in the air. Like, yeah, I can forward air, I can back air, I can throw maybe a purple side B, but like that's something that you're going to kind of recognize in the moment. But you know, for the most part, I'm going to have to take more time to catch up to you, so you can maybe drift back, then double jump, and then up B over me or something like that. And there's a bunch of different ways that it can get mixed up. So just finding different ways to incorporate your jump and up B at different times is going to help a lot.
Got it. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, fun.
That's something to keep in mind too, is the whistle armor from Olimar.
That's only active for like 2 frames, though, isn't it?
It's active from frames 2 through 7.
Got it. Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, you said you don't have a lot of Olimar practice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely I can tell just with the way you're not necessarily punishing certain things on shield. You know, your neutral air out of shield is your fastest option. You know, it's frame 9, comes out 6, but it's got 3 frames of jump squat. So that can punish a lot of things from Olimar. Most of his attacks, the unpunishable ones being like a purple or yellow up smash on shield, but that's only when it's fresh. After it starts staling, it gets 2 frames less safe, and then it gets progressively worse. And then certain aerials, so like if I hit your shield with like, you know, a forward smash or a stale up smash or a non-purple, you know, don't be afraid to just do a rising neutral or out of shield and things like that.
Okay, I can try that. I'm just so scared to punish any bar smashes anymore.
Trust me, it's very doable since this most recent patch. They've been very generous with the nerfs.
I've seen rants.
Oh, you got me. Ooh, the pigman delayed it.
Stood up for bug stops. Oh, I had jump.
Close. But yeah, you're definitely getting better. You're handling things a lot more. You're kind of not letting me just walk all over you. Just keep in mind when you fight someone who might play a more defensive style or just a different character that's a bit more like laid back. Maybe someone like a Palutena who's got safer shield pressure, or does a lot of auto reticle or explosive flame, or maybe a Pichu who's doing a lot of thunder jolt or like T jolting as they're approaching to try and bait things out or like punish your shield. That you might not always want to react with a move and use more just like movement to like, oh, I'll dodge this or I'll parry that, and use platforms to assist yourself, so you're not always kind of fighting them at that same like plane. You're using different axes of the stage and stuff like that to be able to go, all right, I'm going to jump up here, and now you have to handle that level of approach, as opposed to if I was on the ground.
Okay. Gotcha.
So right there, I waited for you to jump up so I could use the invincibility from my ledge get up to beat out your attack. So that's something to keep in mind if someone's laying down.
So probably just a way for them to do nothing then. Yeah.
What's up? Sorry, you went out there a little bit.
Just wait for them to do something.
Yeah, or you can use like try and use a disjointed attack that's gonna poke up there, so that you won't get hit if they do wait. But like using also like kind of like an empty hop or like jump up there and make it seem like you're gonna do something. There you go. That's exactly what it was.
Oh.
Yeah, most people don't expect that.
I thought for sure like.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you want to check your stage. You might have yours set to Pokemon Stadium, just because we keep going back there. Not if you're fine with that, I don't mind. I just wanted to let you know, just to bring it up.
Yeah. I was just thinking, what we're playing the same stage. Yeah.
Because if you set it to random, and if you set it to Stadium, or like if one person sets it to random, the other one sets it to a stage, it'll always go to the stage that's not random.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let me think. I was gonna say something. Are there any other big issues that you feel like you're doing? Because the biggest one that I noticed, like I said, was kind of just like that standing there. But with having me call it out more, you're doing a bit better job of kind of getting yourself moving, keeping your play kind of going, not really stopping so much, and keeping that like flow of combat going, which is working really well.
Main thing I think I'm struggling with now is not shielding attacks, trying to avoid attacks instead.
Okay. Do you mind if I switch characters to someone who might be able to like pester you a little bit better in that regard?
No, go ahead.
Alright, cool. I'll try Sheik. Someone who's not necessarily gonna kill you so much with them, but just kind of like gonna ideally pester you with a bunch of attacks and see how well you handle that kind of like speed.
Okay. Alright, I'll just stay on Stadium then, I guess, for now. Just because I don't have random set to illegal stages.
That's fine. That's fine. Let me know if I can put it on a different stage too if you want. We can try and alternate any stages if you want to try them.
Okay. Thank you.
What's up?
My roommate came in, sorry.
Oh, okay. No, you're good. You're good. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh,
Wow.
that was an interesting jab. I like the nairs out of shield. That's good. Since that's your fastest option, so if I hit you with something unsafe, you're gonna be able to get away with it, or I'm not gonna be able to get away with it.
Unless, like, misinput for hit jump.
Those happen to the best of us, trust me. Nice. Nice, calling out the jump there. So yeah, that was a lot better. To just be able to, like, you know, not let me punish your aerials a lot and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. I'm gonna do one more with Sheik, and then I'm gonna switch up to another character who's a bit more different, but similarly tries to punish shield like with things like that.
Got it, okay.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it happens if I pin two players, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
Oof.
Oh, nice. I didn't think I was gonna tip her, but I think it did.
Just barely, yeah. Like you got you by like your back of your foot or something.
Yeah.
I still hate all that kills off the top.
Yeah, it's very weird. Nice. So yeah, pretty good. I think things I'm noticing, mixing it up a bit more in the neutral too. Like you're getting in kind of a rut where, or not a rut, but like kind of a pattern where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go for nair out of shield, or I'm gonna go for pin at this spacing. So trying to adjust it more, maybe going for more dash grabs or more things like that, just to mix it up so it's a bit more ambiguous. I'll do one more Sheik to feel it out, and I'm gonna try a different character. But yeah, I think like you definitely have the solid strategy, which is keeping it a bit more like fresh, so it's not stagnating, and you're not getting into that like constant loop of options, you know?
Got it. Okay. Don't get into a pattern.
Yeah, you don't want to keep yourself predictable. Like, obviously do something if it's working, but be ready to switch it up on the fly, you know?
Got it. Okay.
Oh, it turned
Oh,
around.
that was
It turned around. I was so ready to do it this stage.
It would have been really cool, to be fair.
Oh, wow. Oops. There you go. I think there was a couple times you might have been able to shield grab my like dash attack, for instance, to those higher percents. So back to the punishing out of shield thing, you know, you can mix it up with the nair, things like that. You don't always have to retreat. And I definitely think if you're not sure, it's worth trying when you have a big lead like that, especially like you had entire stock waiting in reserve. So even if you did miss it and you did get punished, you're probably going to be fine.
Got it, okay.
So just learning like the limits of the matchup you're in and going, okay, yeah, I can punish that with this option, I can't. And then, you know, you can always reference like the actual frame data. Are you familiar with how to read frame data?
Not quite, no.
Okay, so I'll give you an example. There's if you don't know, there's a website called ultimateframedata.com, right?
Okay.
Here, I'll actually send it to you in Discord right now if you want.
Thank you.
So that page has every character has all their frame data, like their startup, some other information, and for most moves, it has something called minus something on shield. So an example would be, let me find one real quick. All right, I'll take Corrin's down tilt for example. Corrin's down tilt, it says 5 frame startup, minus 17 on shield. What that means is, when assuming the move is fresh and all that, we're not going to count staling, and you down tilt my shield as Corrin, I, the opponent, the person whose shield is getting hit, can act 17 frames before you. So I can punish with any option that takes 17 frames. Or like that can be done. So the options work in this way. There are up Bs and up smashes out of shield. Those are immediate. You don't have to drop shield. You kind of just do them out of shield. So, you know, Mario's up B, I believe, is frame 3. Olimar's up smash is frame 12. Both of those would work. Then there are aerials out of shield, where you jump out of shield and then you do an aerial. Every character has a 3-frame jump squat. So let's say I shield, you down tilt me. Alright, I have 17 frames to work with, and I'm Mario. I'll jump out of shield, and then I'll hit neutral air right as I'm rising. So that'll take 3 frames of jump squat, then 3 frames for my neutral air. That would be 6 frames, and I would hit you with it. And then there are shield grabs. The way shield grabs work, I believe it is 4 frames. If you're holding shield and you input grab, you have an additional 4 frames of like weird shield drop grab animation, and then your grab kicks in. So in Olimar's case, he could even shield grab your down tilt, because his grab is frame 12. And the extra 4 frames come into play for a total of 16 frames. So I can still punish. And then lastly, there is standard shield drop, which takes 11 frames. So down tilt is minus 17 on shield. Corrin, if you down tilt another Corrin, they have enough time to drop shield and then jab you, because their jab is frame 5, plus the additional 11 frames of shield drop. So that's 16 frames they're using, so they can punish you. So whenever something is minus, whenever you do something that's minus on shield, the person you're hitting has that many frames to act. So if someone hits your shield with a minus 17 move, you have 17 frames to act, or things like that. And that's how you can kind of understand and start to build options around that.
Got it. Okay. I'll bookmark this website.
Yes, very handy website, just to like pull up certain information. And you don't need to memorize everyone's frame data, just like the important things, like, oh wait, you know, Fox's up smash is 8 out of minus, or it's frame 8, so it's a really good out of shield option, right? Things like that, like the really important bits.
Got it. Just what I expect to come across, what I can look for in match.
Yeah, and you could always like pull it up on a moment's notice. If you're about to fight a Donkey Kong, look up what Donkey Kong's data is. You know?
Okay. I'll shoot you going. Oof.
Oops. Got a little stuck on the platform. I'm surprised I ducked that.
They really lowered the hurtbox before. Or the hitbox,
Gotcha.
I mean.
It always reaches farther than I expect.
It always does. Yeah, I did that before.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But yeah, you were doing a pretty good job of mixing some options up. Just like keep doing it. You know, if you feel like you're getting pressured in shield too much, maybe try and retreat back. And like let me whiff punish. Like a character like Lucina's got that good range, you know, pretty good frame data and stuff like that, a couple safe moves, so sometimes it's better to let her whiff punish, and then maybe use something like Corn's back air, Corn's pin, to try and get in there and punish from that distance, right? Because you can't always punish the thing on shield. Like her up air, I believe, is -3 on shield, and that's really safe.
Got it.
That was smart. See what I meant by using it up there before I get to you and things like that? And that's
Yeah,
important to use the invincibility to get through it.
Makes a lot more sense now. Oof.
One of these days I'll stop flying into it. Much better though, much better. I liked there was one point where you did like the pin and then you just canceled it and then you waited for me and then you came in and punished after that. And that's what I'm talking about with those good punishes like that where you're like baiting things out, abusing the range. Corn has to be able to do stuff.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Alright, I'll do a couple more with Lucina and then we go back to Olimar.
Sounds good. Oh, I got scared.
I was hoping it would hit. I was like, please don't let him roll in. Nice counter.
Dead.
I'm surprised I popped out of that.
Yeah, they. You gotta really be careful about that charge time.
Yeah.
I always get too greedy. Oh, I got lucky there.
Yeah, the drift back on that up is so good. Like after you use it, you can drift back a lot more than it looks like at first.
I appreciate that. It helps out a lot.
Oops, should be fine.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping I'd fall off the ledge there.
Yeah.
The future is not written.
Will the what was I gonna say? Will the pin cross up if you're behind me, like, can you kick, or does it not cross up?
It crosses up, yeah.
Okay, it just depends on the spacing.
Yeah, I was hoping I'd fall. I'd just go through the stage. It just wasn't far enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get the Fox side B treatment, thankfully.
Yeah. Oh, snap back on my controller. I was ready to run and grab.
Oof. That was bad counter.
Well, I botched my punish, so you were good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, immediately going for up Bs like that sometimes. When someone knocks you off stage with something that's not too powerful, it can be risky if they have like a spike like that.
Oh, you keep the butt. Oh.
Alrighty. I don't think that'll hit, but I keep trying, and maybe you'll. I guess I'm hoping you'll go over the ledge. Oh, that was really cool.
Not cool enough, fortunately.
Just run into them just a little bit so they don't realize what's happening, and then you up smash. A little mix up. Alright, I'll go Olimar, and then we can do a best of 3, and then we can that should be able to wrap it up. If you have any other questions in the meantime or things you want to ask, feel free to shoot them my way.
Okay. Yeah, if you switch to Olimar, you mind if I just go Battlefield then?
Oh, no problem. No problem. Yeah, we can do that. I definitely think that would be a good stage for Corn against Olimar, just due to being able to juggle very well.
I think the platforms would be a better help at a
Yeah.
Did Olimar's SMS hitbox change, or was it just lag that changed?
Lag.
You got it.
It has 3 more frames of lag. They changed the forward smash to have a shorter, like a less active sweet spot. It's 2 frames instead of 4. And it also has 3 frames of more lag than forward smash does.
Got it. Okay. Yeesh. I got greedy there.
Yeah, hoping I was gonna roll, I assume.
I was trying to catch you shielding.
Oh, okay. Oh, gosh, I don't even.
Didn't expect that.
I'm like dumbfounded because I didn't even get like the because I have rumble on and I didn't even get the rumble from hitting you.
That was. Yeah, I kind of want to go look back at that.
Alrighty then.
Don't know why I let go ledge there.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Alrighty. Yeah, no, I think you definitely made some solid improvements from when we started and things like that. Just going, I can tell you're a bit more comfortable in things. So 1 second, I'm about to sneeze. There we go. Yeah, just keeping that up. Really letting yourself like evaluate what's happening, and all that's gonna make it a lot easier for you to constantly switch up your plays.
Got it. Okay. Well, just 12 different Pikmin there.
Yeah, you just blitz through them.
Oh, wow.
Gotta watch out because my Pikmin, my aerials are transcendent, so they're like swords.
God, okay. I was thinking that would clank it at worst there.
Yeah, no, they just win. Only my aerials though, not my smashes. My smashes are still like Smash 4, how they would clank with everything.
Gotcha.
Oh wow. Wasn't expecting that to catch me from all the way up there.
That's one of the good things I did change before is I feel like I hit that hitbox a lot more often.
Yeah, it's very big in this game.
Yeah. Ow.
Caught you on the jump.
I was too scared of the blue.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, once again, that's something that just like, once you play Olimar more, you're gonna get better at like handling the Pikmin when you're watching them and figuring out like when you can attack. Like the blue wasn't in front of the line there, so you didn't have to worry about necessarily getting grabbed. So then you can change your game plan accordingly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but overall, I think you're pretty good. Just working on speeding up your gameplay a little bit, learning to evaluate your opponent and their options and your game plan while you're still doing something, so you don't have to start and stop. That's going to help a lot.
Okay.
Do you have any other like big questions? Because other than that, like there wasn't anything super bad. Also just mixing up your out of shield options, your general gameplay, and so it's not always the same thing. Incorporating maybe those pin cancels and things like that to trick me out and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I think that's the main thing I had. Is just just being able to not be pressured was like one of my biggest problems there. So I feel like that helped a lot. Just having to be able to move.
Alrighty, fantastic. Do you compete in tournaments regularly?
I did for a while. I kind of I stopped because I moved and I've been a little too nervous to go back.
Gotcha. Well,
ever since I moved there,
I would have to recommend, if they are convenient to go to, or if you can go to them, definitely go to them, try them out. I would love to hear how you do. Let me know. Okay. Obviously, your improvement is important to me. I'm teaching you and things like that. So if you are able to make it out, please do let me know how you do. And if you have any more questions, you could always shoot me one-off questions and stuff like that. Obviously, if you ever want to have another lesson in the future, I'm always happy to work that out with you. But yeah, if you ever have any specific questions, feel free to shoot me them. And yeah, good luck if you are able to make it out to any events. I'll end the recording here, and then I can get you all the more detaily stuff about the like videos and stuff from here on out. All right.